Mr. Charles Musipa, Chairman of the Board of ncc, Mr. Philip Perry, CEO, ncc. May I simply say, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, again, a very good afternoon to you all. After such an excellent meal, I do hope that we are all able to remain awake for this launch. I'm very pleased on behalf of the International Trade Center to launch the report promoting micro, small, and medium enterprises competitiveness here in Zimbabwe, which was made possible through our collaboration with the National Competitiveness Commission. This morning, I was saying it is good that we understand the issues that surround micro, small, and medium enterprises, but even better if we can move from research done, from studies done, to actual implementation. And therefore, I wanted to say upfront that what you're seeing this afternoon is really a soft launch. We are taking a first step in terms of sharing the results of the survey. What we intend to do from our side as of next year is come back here speaking to all of you as stakeholders to have a roadmap which is accompanied by specific actions that we will be held accountable for. Because I think that's really what we are seeking in as far as SMEs are concerned. I think a lot of what I would have said has already been said by those that have spoken before me, so I will try to focus my intervention on perhaps explaining a little bit more in terms of why this report is really important. I think the first point I would want to share is that as a United Nations Small Business Agency, the competitiveness of micro, small, and medium enterprises lies at the heart of what we do. We have the conviction that these businesses are the backbone of our economies, including here in Zimbabwe. They are the ones that are creating the jobs and contributing to the communities. Point number 2, I wanted to highlight the fact that for us to optimize the opportunities that would arise, we would need to ensure that we are effectively supporting the businesses through working with governments, the private sector themselves, and indeed other strategic partners to help ensure that the SMEs are best placed to produce, to access markets, and indeed to be able to export. Point 3, our work, as I said again this morning, is premised on connectivity, inclusion, and sustainability, which is why we are placing particular emphasis on supporting SMEs led and owned by women, young people, and indeed those disadvantaged in our communities. Point number 4, the specific learnings from Zimbabwe SME competitiveness study. I think a lot of this has been elaborated. Perhaps suffice to emphasize that the starting point is that data matters. I think this morning we had other panels speaking to this. In particular, evidence-based decision and action key to enhancing SMEs' competitiveness. At our organization, we have worked extensively throughout Africa, undertaking different pieces of work, including the work in relation to this survey, but also including working here in Zimbabwe, where we fully understand that SMEs account for 9 out of every 10 businesses. Along with providing the crucial jobs that I spoke about for much of the country's workforce, these SMEs support the livelihoods of the country's most vulnerable. We heard from His Excellency the President putting a lot of emphasis this morning on leaving no one behind and making sure that we are indeed, by doing so, delivering on the promises that have been made in relation to Vision 2030, as well as the Sustainable Development Goals, as well as Africa 2063 agenda. So what we do is to provide national level and sector-specific expertise to help these small and medium enterprises export, knowing that this will help stimulate growth and achieve development goals, as I have already said. And we are delighted that in this particular context, we have partnered with institutions like Zimtrade and the National Competitiveness Commission, as well as many others that we are working with in various capacities or indeed projects. We fully understand the role or the valuable role that SMECS are playing here in Zimbabwe in the years since independence, helping the economy diversify to incorporate new activities. And our research shows that there exist exciting opportunities on the horizon to build on this progress, capitalizing on the private sector's inherent strength and on Zimbabwe's trading relations. But to realize this vision, we need to be in a better position to understand the good things, but more so the challenges that local SMEs face, especially as many are based in remote areas and may be struggling with very specific problems that need very specific solutions. We need to hear from them about the most pressing needs, which can help bring policymakers and private sector entities to take the right steps to support them. That is why NCC and ITC came together to assess the competitiveness of Zimbabwe's SMEs. NCC interviewed hundreds of enterprises based on our SME competitiveness questionnaire, which was referred to earlier on. We, on our side, were also participating in that process, but along that, we brought the 60 years of on-the-ground ITC experience helping SMEs enter and compete the global markets. The questionnaire provides a nuanced picture of the capacity of the country's private sector to be competitive on the national and international stage. Our new report presents and analyzes the survey data as was elaborated earlier on. I wanted to end by saying, as the Honorable Minister said, ITC, NCC, and the Ministry of Women's Affairs, Community, and SME Development share a common vision of building SME competitiveness so that we can access more and better markets. And we, together with the rest of the UN family, are proud to support through this report and beyond the efforts being made by Zimbabwe to make this vision a reality. At this juncture, I wanted to take the opportunity to launch Promoting SME Competitiveness in Zimbabwe. This is a report that we will shortly be distributing, and we would very much want to hear from yourselves any views that you may have that would make us collaborate in a more effective and efficient way with all of you here in Zimbabwe. We look forward to working with you. Tatenda, Siwawonga, thank you very much.